welcome again, Elisa. But by the way, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Is it Elisa or Elisa? I don't know actually. Can you please put it?
Elisa is perfect. The way that you say it, it's perfect.
Okay, okay, okay. Great, great, great. So I have been reading the project. Yeah, it's quite amazing. It's quite amazing, and I just got surprised about this subject of loneliness, how you just have tried to put it and just try to, I mean, how you are just orienting the project to the way that you challenge everyone, every human being, especially those living in big cities. Well, I think this is something common in cities and towns where there is business, when there is everyone running here and there for this and that. So I don't know. I think it is you who is going to talk much about this. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, that. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. I was just I was thinking because sometimes we don't even realize that we are alone. It's not even, I think that alone is not even the right term for it. It's more like dissociated with the community that you are around, or like you just don't connect with people at all. You feel like you do because of social media, but in reality, you're not creating any real relation. So
mm,
that's the reason why I connected with it, because as soon as I don't have a group of people with I'm studying or I'm building a project, then I feel completely alone, like shattered. So I
mm,
don't understand why, because I
mm,
shouldn't feel like this,
Yeah,
but I
yeah, yeah.
do. So that's the reason why I wanted to explore a bit of that.
hmm Yeah, that's great for sure. Um, I I actually loved how you just chose to um, it's like you are going to be sharing to the world about yourself, and
Hmm.
I actually loved this idea because I think with this you know with this life that you experience yourself, I think this can create something very good, or maybe a great impact for the project to be successful and to move forward and just reach as many as possible and have a great impact for sure.
Hmm.
So, where can we start, by the way? Mhm. Um, where can we start? I tried to write some notes here in my notebook. And this
Hmm.
is something that I would like, well, that I will be sharing with you. And maybe, well, I think we are going to have some points
Hmm.
where to convey. Mhm, mhm. Yes, I just thought that I can talk about two major issues.
Hmm.
Hello. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
two
yeah.
major issues. Yeah, yeah. The first one is about your profile. Let me talk about your is this your portfolio? You see,
Hmm.
yeah, I just read your portfolio and I found it that I found it interesting. Hello.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me.
Yeah, I'm just starting by your portfolio because I just divide this my comments into two parts. One about your portfolio and another part about your project.
Okay.
Concerning your portfolio, I thought that you you can add more project. By the way,
Okay.
I'm sorry. By the way, um, have you got other projects? I mean, on the similar topic, is this you are doing for now?
I did for the short film that I talked in the portfolio because that short film is about witnessing something that you're not living in. So it's witnessing a love that you can understand from the outside, even if it's chaotic or it doesn't make sense that those two people are together. But yes, and also the project that I sent you, the photo. That
Hmm.
one is also about loneliness in a way because it's the last animal on Earth before the end of the world. So he's also like dissociated because he doesn't have a community, it's just by himself.
Hmm.
So I usually actually put it everywhere, to be honest, because it's a thing that really talked to me.
Yes. Hmm. That's great for sure. Hmm. Otherwise, because writing about, I mean, talking about yourself is something crucial, and especially when you are orienting, maybe when you are talking about yourself, and by trying to create some connections with the work that you are currently doing, it's something quite amazing all day. And I have been thinking that if you have got more projects about that are similar to the topic, you can just be free and add more projects in in your portfolio that can just um, give the focus on the project. Yeah, this
Okay.
can just be. I mean, this can you can just be free and include anything that you have been working on. It doesn't really need to. Well, it doesn't really ask you to have been the main person of the project. No, maybe you have been an actor. Maybe you have been. Well, let me say an editor. Maybe you have any kind of task you have been having on this or that project. The the project which is in a similar way with this current that you are doing, you can always add this your portfolio to make it bigger and convincing to to the residency that you are aiming to make. Mhm. Yes, this is one concerning your project, your portfolio. The second one is the links. You see,
Okay.
the links that you can um, at any project that you did or that you partook in, you can always add links. You can just add little description as you have been doing, add um, add links and just pictures on the other side. It doesn't need to be just big pictures as you have been doing. I think you can be simple if you like. For some pictures that highlight the work that you did or the great moments of your work, you can just choose one picture that can be big or bigger. But for some other pictures, you can just make them small, and add one that can be bigger a little bit and just move. Yeah, I have been thinking of the links, adding the links to the work, and these links to the works do not really go directly to the let me say to your social media. The work may be on this, or may be on the social media of your friend, of the company that you work for, or anywhere elsewhere. But you can always add a link to the work, toward the work that you know that is maybe the final product, or let me say, uh, it cannot necessarily be the final product, but it can also be a great moment, or maybe a great moment of the work, and you put the link in there. Yeah, another thing that I have been thinking about this portfolio, you can always add partners. It's also important to add partners to the project.
Yeah, right now I don't actually.
Hmm.
Like I have still I'm still searching for it, but it's really at the start of the idea of it. So I apply to different residency, and from there I will see. But I'm still associated with Unima, so I haven't talked with them yet, but I'm
Ah,
associated with them. And I know about also the twinning between you and Unima
mhm,
Italy.
mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mhm. Okay, that's great. Hmm. Yeah, and about this issue about your portfolio, I have been also thinking that you can relate it to this. Let me, yeah, you see, on. By the way, I think I will have to ask you before commenting on this, because I saw where you mentioned, um, you know, in this folder of the project itself, the first part is about artist statement. Is it that?
Hmm. Yes.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Mhm. I personally thought that you'd better add this. Uh, I mean, a part of this to your portfolio, maybe to that the portfolio may can just talk more about you, being um, your short bio, and just anything that you can add, include the works that you have done, and everything that way. And on the other side of the project, I thought that you can just uh, um, write only issues related to your project only. But to mean that about your profile, you can just go to the other side of the portfolio, and other side to the other side of the project can be along that way. This is what I have been thinking. I don't know what do you think?
Yeah, definitely. At the start, when I did the portfolio at first, I
Mm,
had the artistic statement in it, but
mm,
then every residency and like every call, it's different. So they just ask you whatever they want to see. So it
mm,
was also a little bit longer, but I had to shut it out for a call. So it's always like I always change it based on what they are asking me. So I have different versions of it, but I
ah,
totally understand what you're saying. So, and also for the links, sometimes I don't have the full work or they didn't share with me. So it's sometimes it's difficult to have it. But
mm,
when I do, I totally agree that it will be like better to have something to see, even if it's a short cut of the thing or a trailer. So I wanted to develop it more, definitely.
mhm. Yeah, okay, great. That's great, Elisa. Mm. Yeah, about this, what I was talking about, this separating the project from your personal statement and your portfolio. I was, for example,
Mhm.
thinking that this part that you wrote here, down here, I mean, up here. on your project about your profile, I was thinking that you can just put it right on your portfolio, right in the picture here, right your on the other side, right
Mhm.
of your picture here up on the portfolio. But this is a matter of form, and this you can always be um, uh, adapting and correcting, because this it seems that this is this artist statement is it seems that this is you know your 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 introduction. I mean, something that people want to know of you. Um, Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you hear me?
I was saying that this. It seems that this part this first part that you put on the project page, the first part. It seems that the first part about your profile. It seems that it's something that talks about you as an artist. And I have been thinking that this may be much more important if you put it on the other side of the portfolio, um,
Huh?
at the right part of your photograph, yes, on the portfolio, because it clarifies you as an artist, clarifies you as yeah, everything that you have been doing in a career. So, well, it's up to you to think again. Hmm. Well,
Yes.
I think this is what I have to say about your portfolio, about how to build it, how to maybe these are my comments about how you can build your portfolio and more. Um,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah, but something as a conclusion on building this portfolio to make it much more attractive, to make it speak, make it attractive for maybe collaborators on the project, including the funders. It's just to try to
Mhm.
clarify every single step. If you just have to write about yourself, I mean, on the other side of the picture, right side, you just need to to write something attractive, to write something, maybe it doesn't have to be much, but short, concise, precise, and attractive. And adding the links, adding more project, every project that you partook into, and in if applicable, you can always add partners to these particular projects and make your profile much more attractive and profile much more convincing to the partners to the project. Oh well, yes, I
Mhm.
think this is what I have to say about this your portfolio. Yeah, but it's something quite amazing for sure. It's a
Thank you.
great. Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome. Mhm. Well, the second part is about the project itself. Can we move?
Yes, sure.
Mhm. Hmm. Well, and about this part of the project itself, I also divide it into two parts, two main parts. The first part is about the the form, maybe the yes, the form, and another part is about the content. I mean, the content of the project. Yeah, can we move?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the form
Sure.
and the content. Yes, on those two parts. And concerning the form, well, it's I didn't talk much because it's everyone well, everyone can be free when writing project when proposing something can be free and choose the form which is maybe good for him or her, and it's okay. I thought that there can be some clarifications and write
Mm-hmm.
the project into some clear parts so as to let the
Okay.
readers of the project know everything um, you know every single steps to mean that from this to that from that to that and the conclusion is this. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I've been thinking that way. And to make this, to be specific, I thought that you can be, um, well, by the way, I will have to appreciate this, the topic here. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, full of
Yeah.
nothing, the loneliness of the crowd. Well, I will have to appreciate this. Yeah, just having a look at what is been happening in my city here. I just yeah, it speaks to me. Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, and concerning the form, I thought that you
Mm-hmm.
you can just simply start. You can just, as I have said, that you can separate your profile from the project itself. I mean, two files. The file of the about yourself can be apart from this file of the project. I thought that you you can simply start by this second part that you wrote here, activity plan during my stay. You see, hello.
Yes.
hmm I just thought that
Can you
you can
hear
start.
me?
Yeah, sure. Hello. Uh,
Okay. Everything's fine.
okay, great. I thought that you can just write the title is okay there. You can just start with the title there. And secondly, you can just write the concept. You see, the concept can be a part, another part.
Mhm.
And at the third time, I thought that you can divide the project, I mean, the process of the project into phases, you see, into the steps, as you did in a description, you see. Um, um, you see, this paragraph that you start with concept, I thought that concept can be an independent part on one side, and it can be something short.
Mhm.
And these are parts that we started with the part of interviews, the part of the performance, the part of uh, hello, hello.
Yes.
Can you hear
Can you
me,
hear me?
please? Yeah. I was just having a notification telling me that the network is not stable. Maybe there has been a problem somewhere, but it's okay. It's okay for now. Mhm. Then I was saying that the concept can be something short that can be on its part, and second, the project can be divided into phases, into parts, as you mentioned in the description. Let's say that these phases can come in at this level of description of the planned activities. And you can start by the first period and say what you have to say, the second period and say what you have to say, the third period, say what you have to say, and just move on and just move forward. Yeah, this is maybe what I have to say about this, the form. Hello.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
In short, about the form, I just mean that just this fact of separating the profile from the project itself and just trying to make the concept can be independent and short and precise and concise. And the project itself, I mean, the description of the project can go into phases. Phase one or period
Mhm.
one of the project, as you did in the description, can be okay. I will do this, and the second period or second phase, I will do this. Third phase, I will do that, and this, and as final, this one. Okay, only that actually in a matter of form. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is. Yeah, maybe it's up to you. You will have to think again and maybe how to move with this. So let's move to the content. hmm Can we go?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
hmm Yeah, let's go about the content. I will also have to share my thoughts or my comments here. Um, the content. About the content of the project, it's something incredible. I just loved how the question you asked it here. I mean, this question maybe no one, for which no one has got an answer. Uh, you know, as a 23-year-old artist, I feel lonely all the time. My inability of creating community is my fault or my environment. You see, this question is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's something quite interesting for sure. And as I'm talking about the concept, I mean the content of the project, I
Mm-hmm.
I thought of maybe starting by the title, but I just did not want to disturb much because the title is clear and the title
Mm-hmm.
attractive, is attractive and clear. Um, the only thing that I thought was just to make it short. I mean shorter because bon, it's always short. But I thought, is it possible to make it shorter than that? I don't know. Is it possible
Mm-hmm.
to make it
Yeah,
shorter?
I think so. You either give up on the second part of it, so it's just full of nothing, or you just shorted the second part. I'll think of it.
Or maybe you can just combine. You can just combine both of them and just find maybe a title, but just combining both the parts. Let me think. For example, let me see.
Mhm.
Uh, Crowded nothing, for example, but because this maybe the first part, the word in first part and word in second part, crowded nothing. Well, I don't know.
Mhm.
You still crowded nothing. This is maybe something that comes in mind that way. But for the title, please do not be much disturbed. But I thought that if it can be possible for you to make it shorter, you can just do it. But if you find that it can disturb you a little bit, you can feel free and
Mhm.
forget about it and let it that way because it's always okay.
Definitely. Thank you.
You're welcome. Um, yeah, this was about the title. Let's move to mhm, the concept. The concept then, that concept that I have been talking about. Um, hmm, about the concept, Elsa, I thought that you you can simply let me see. Uh, okay, I think I will have to ask a question first. Um, by the way, is loneliness maybe? Well, I'm talking about loneliness in your location, in your country, or maybe in the country surrounding you in Europe or elsewhere you have visited. Is loneliness only present in towns or maybe even in the slums or elsewhere in the country? What do you think?
Well, it's like the thing about a big city such as Rome is that you never feel alone at all because you're always crowded with people. And like even if you live in an apartment, it's always a lot of people. But you feel that people don't connect at all the time. Like so it's a weird way of feeling, but you can have it everywhere. Like even in the stations, there are lots of homeless people, and you can see that there is a lot, so it's crowded, but they don't really connect with each other, so they're still lonely.
Mhm. Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. I understand for sure. Hmm. I'm actually trying to look for the focus of
Mm.
why did you choose to work only for big cities?
I mean, I'm not saying that I don't want to work with smaller cities, but for my experience, it's easier to understand how is it for like I like the way that is not no, I will find a way to explain this. It's like
Yeah. Okay.
in a town or in a place that is actually not crowded, it
Hmm.
makes sense that people feel lonely
Hmm.
because the possibility that you have to meet people is not as much as it is in a big city.
Hmm.
So you probably don't connect with the people that you have, but that means just that they are not your people. So you will find others outside of it.
Hmm.
But in such a big city as Rome, for
Hmm.
example,
Hmm.
it's really funny in a bittersweet way that you feel like you don't connect with no one when
Hmm.
you have so many people that you can connect with.
Hmm.
And the fact that you feel lonely in a crowd makes sense to me because it's not about feeling lonely as a thing. Like I'm not lonely. Like people
Mhm.
are around me, but I feel lonely in myself.
Mhm.
So that's the way, like it's the main reason why I wanted to try first with big cities,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
I don't mind like doing the same thing even in smaller ones because maybe the outcome will be different actually, or maybe
Mhm.
not. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's great.
Yes.
So I was just talking about the concept, and I have said that the concept for me should be independent. I mean, an independent part, because this is something very important in a project. Yeah, because this is maybe I would say that this is a key part of the project. So it has to be clear enough, and I mean it has to be short, clear, concise, precise, and let me say that full of um, suspenses. It has to show suspense. To me, that you don't have to say everything in a concept. You have to create some suspenses of the project and just to make it concentrated. So, in this way, to be clear, um, I I just suggested that you should avoid um, giving your point of view in a concept. For example, here, let me say here, I would like, you see, for this introduction, after the question, you say that I wanna discover with this project how people from different part of the world feel loneliness if they feel it at all. Well, I think it's not good to put your point of view in a concept this way. You just, I think for me, it would be better to, you see, to close. I mean, write what you have to write in a concept, but it would be better for me to close this, your concept, with this question that with which you started in here. You see, hello,
Hmm.
Elsa. Yeah, I think that it
Yes,
can be better
sure.
for me to close the concept with this question. You see, to me that you can just describe a little, you can just talk a little bit, um, talk about big cities, about loneliness, and another part of the concept, another paragraph, you can always talk about how you will conduct interviews and how you will use the findings, I mean, the results of the interviews that you will conduct. And another part, you can say that in
Hmm.
another paragraph, you can talk about the performance that you will create, a performance, or that you will just create, let me say, a short film documentary about what you found, or maybe just do any kind of short film, any kind of performance. You know, you can just write this concept into some particular parts. The parts that describe big cities and loneliness, another paragraph that describe interviews that you will conduct and the reason why you will conduct the interviews. Another paragraph can be consisting of how you will interpret, how you will adjust about I mean, the other part can be concerning of the performance and everything you will do, basing on the findings for sure. And I think that you can just close
Hmm.
your concept with a question like that one. with which you started, and it can be this question can be like a conclusion of the concept. This is what I think about the
Okay.
concept. There's mhm,
Okay.
mhm. Of yes, and concerning the description, let's talk about the description, Elsa. Can we move? Hello.
Okay.
Mm. With the
Yes.
description, you see, I thought that in the concept, you cannot show the you cannot talk much about the interviews and how you this and that, but you can just mention this in the description. The first part of the residency, you can just say how you will just be conducting interviews with this and that kind of people, and I suggest that this part of interviews, I saw that you separated for which reason, by the way? Why did you choose to separate the interviews with the young people and interviews with the aged people? Why did you choose? Why the choice?
In that, like in the one that I sent you, I had to make a plan like made of three parts, so I actually decided to keep it that way. But also in a way, I think that
Mm,
in a community, when you and children first, it's
mm,
easier than to connect with all the people.
mm,
It's like even for me,
mm,
it's interesting to work first with younger people that don't have the same skirming themselves from the question. Like they usually answer easier. Like so, it will be easier also for me once
mm,
I start with younger people to actually then work with older people. That usually they it's not that they fake it, but they usually have some more build up walls about like talking about themselves and what makes them suffer and stuff like that. So that's why I
mm,
divided it because I wanted a time in between those two things to think
mm,
a bit about the question that I asked about how it went with the children. So that's why.
mm. Okay, great, Elsa. Um, but I think. Um, Will you, by the way, interpret differently the findings, I mean, the results of the interviews with with the youth and the result of the findings with old people? Will you interpret them differently? I mean, will you create different performances? Will you create different work of art with these interviews? Or maybe you will combine the findings and just create one performance? What will you do?
Well, I mean, it depends a lot on what comes out of it, to be
Mhm,
honest. Like, I don't feel like deciding it first
mhm,
because if they interconnect, then I will probably do just one big performance. If they don't, and if I need for them to have their own space, then
mhm,
I could do even like small performances for each age that I interview.
mhm,
So it really depends on what comes out of them and then what I feel it's best for giving even some importance to what they shared because I feel like every age has a different experience with that. So
mhm,
if I find a way to make it all together without losing the value of what they like what I shared and what they shared with me, then I will do one performance. But if I feel like I'm just trying to connect things that don't go together and it's better for them to be separated, then I wouldn't put it all
mhm,
together.
mhm. Well, okay, that's great. Otherwise, I had been thinking that um, you can just make like a plan of maybe how you will interpret the findings, how you will interpret the results of uh,
Okay.
the performance. You can just make a plan. Okay, I mean, you can set a certain goal around this project and say that maybe as soon as I get done with the interviews, I just hope to create the kind of performance this, how, that, how, and maybe that can always be helpful to know which phases you can go through to achieve what you want to achieve. Well, Elsa, as time is rushing, I think I have got some questions that I thought can be um, also helping to, I mean, yeah, the questions consist of this same description. Mhm. And
Mm-hmm.
about the phases, I thought that you can ask yourself questions. Why interviews? Interviews with all ages? Another question, how will you consider the findings? Um, how will you be inclusive
Mm-hmm.
or exclusive? With the project, you can just choose to be inclusive or exclusive depending on what you want to achieve or depending on how I mean, how loneliness speaks to you. Um, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and this is about the phases. And concerning the production, I mean, the performance that you will create, or maybe um, the short film that you will make, that you will just come up with. I have also got some questions. Um, how will
Okay.
you, I mean, how will you go beyond uh, your loneliness to be able to consider that of others? How will you go beyond your loneliness and consider the interviews? It seems you are much more attached to the loneliness as a theme. But how will you go beyond that, your loneliness, and consider the views of others? Another question is why is puppetry the best way to give the audience the results of the research? Why puppetry? Why will you use puppetry? Why will you use short film? Is it effective? Yes. I mean, what kind of performance, what kind of work of art would you come up with to satisfy the audience? Mhm. Well, Elsa, it seems our meeting is at its end. So I think that we have to stop by here, and other questions we'll be asking and this and that. Thank you for your time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for your feedbacks. They were like really great, and especially the last question that you just asked me. Actually,
Mhm.
I'm thinking about it now. I'm just okay. How will I
Yeah.
do it? So
Mhm.
it was really great. Actually, thank you very much, and thank you for your time. Thank you for like spending time with us, even if it wasn't your project or like you didn't
Yeah.
have a direct connection with it.
Well, we're still together
That
on the
was great.
project.
Thank you very much.
Anytime you want to talk to me, I will be there for sure. Mhm. Yeah.
It would be
Ciao.
amazing, even
Yeah.
ciao.
Okay.
Like I was thinking, maybe in the future, if I can
Mhm.
find a partnership and it will help me, I could also come there and like do the same project, but there. But we will see. Time will tell.
Yeah, we keep in touch and we be exploring everything, every aspect of the possibility, and everything possible. We can always make it for sure. Bye.
Yeah, very much.
Okay.
Have a nice
Mhm.